tell us about some of the successes that have come out of this and about from some of the other companies that you've invested in as well.
In this case, we've been able to train, numerous people for more blue-collar vocational jobs, as well as creating middle management career paths. We do have a program called Earn While You Learn, where we will tie up with a large company, provide skills, and let that person also learn on the job as well. And again, this is vocational training in India is an area that gets a lot of attention from the government. There are programs in place, but it's also been very tricky to fund as well, because there has not been a lot of acceptance in many cases of corporations to pay for this kind of training without knowing that the employee will stay and that there's an outcome. Again, we operate across numerous sectors. Another area that's of special interest to us is around small business financing. We actually have two companies we've invested in this sector. One is very interesting, and it's called Merchant Cash Advance, but in India it is fairly nascent. And what we do in that company is when you have a small business that may not have a clear title or may not have a lot of collateral, it becomes very difficult to assess that entrepreneur. One way to do it is to lend against a future revenue stream. And in our case, we lend against future credit card receivables. So assuming that the entrepreneur has what's known as a POS, which is a credit card swipe terminal, we can diligence how much the daily sales should be and lend a percentage of his future sales against it and have a loan that's repaid back over time, right, which is known as a royalty share. And this kind of cash flow based lending is in India a very nascent market. Most lending is based only on hard collateral, which might be gold, it might be a home, or a relative that pledges that collateral for them. And so it's a very, very nascent and we think wide open space to help provide financial inclusion and bringing people into the more mainstream banking system.
And have you seen some success so far?
Absolutely. We operate primarily in Mumbai right now. We've just started in Delhi as well as Bangalore. But yes, I mean there is an appetite for this kind of funding in India. Since banks won't lend, the traditional source would be what is an informal source, which is known as the money lender in India, right? Now the challenge with the traditional money lender is while it is available and it can come relatively quickly, it usually comes at exorbitant rates, and it often is not scalable, right? It's tough to scale a business with informal capital because that's not money that can be relied upon. I think what we're trying to do is to offer an affordable but yet relatively quickly dispersible and scalable solution for small businesses based on their credit cycles and their cash flow histories, right? As opposed to just harder forms of collateral.
So these are a lot of the mom and pop shops and things that you see?
These are mom and pops. A typical client may be a textile shop or a sari shop. India still is very much dominated by a cash economy, but credit card and debit card penetration is increasing significantly. And so we're finding even smaller shops may have a POS terminal, right? Because people are gaining more trust in playing with plastic in India. That is increasing, over time. I think year on year is 25 to 30% of POS terminals increasing in the country. So it is a relatively smaller than cash, but growing exponentially in what is already a very large market.